1, 2. Friends, Shabbat Shalom. As you are taking your seats, if you see an empty seat between you and the next family, we're going to ask that you please fill in any empty seats so we can get all of our friends in for our service. We're going to start in just 2 more minutes. Thank you so much.
Nali Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
This is such an exciting service as we get to, first of all, be together. What a blessing. Welcome to everybody. And of course, we welcome everyone who is joining us from all over the world on live stream. Tonight, we get to light a lot of candles, which is so great. And we always start with our Chanukah, because once we light our Shabbat candles, Shabbat is here and our day of rest has begun. So for all of our kids who are here, we're so happy you're here. You can come a little bit closer to light the Chanukah if you want. For our kids who are in the back and they want to be part of lighting the Chanukah, you are so welcome to join us. That's perfect. This is perfect. I love this. I like close. I like really close.
As Rabbi Dadun prepares to light the Chanukah, tonight we sing how many blessings? How many blessings do we sing tonight? Two blessings tonight. So I'm going to ask that everyone join me as we sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh.
Amen. Thanks, my friends. We're going to call you back towards the end of the service. Thank you for your help. And to light our Shabbat candles on this Shabbat, we'd like to invite Ashley and Jordan Scharf. Ashley just yesterday went to the mikvah with Cantor Sibo and officially joined our sacred community as a Jewish member.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Now, as we welcome Shabbat, I invite you to please turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi. We will be doing verses 1, 2, and verse 9. And right before verse 9, I'm going to ask everybody, when verse 9 starts, to rise and face the entrance.
Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד, שמו אחד, ושמו לתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת
grace, our entrance for verse 9.
בואי ושלום, הטרף בעלה, גם בשמחה וזולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
With this blessing, we always remember that there are Jews all over the world, and this Lecha Dodi melody was from our Ethiopian brothers and sisters. And now we remain standing for the Baruch Hu on page 28.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Avad.
You may be seated. Please join us on page 36 with the Ve'ahavta.
I'd like to call on my friend Mariah Altman to please help us lead the Ve'ahavta.
Okay. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol nafshecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzyachecha hayom amelvecha V'shintatam mevnecha v'vartabam v'shichaycha ve'otecha uvlecha mederech uv'shilchaycha uve'mednecha uv'chartam le'on aleodecha ve'ahu letofod bionecha Uvtavtam al muzuzot beotecha uvishtadecha. Three. I don't know. Ani Adonai Elohim Asher Harutzei Yeskenem Mitzrayim Leot Lahem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Amen. Our Ve'ahavta prayer is so much about disseminating our Judaism and giving it and offering it to the next generation. So with that, we also just want to take a moment and invite Ashley back up to the bima. As she joined our sacred Jewish community this past week, she sat on a Beit Din, her conversion with clergy, with Cantor Vlad Lapin from Fairmount. I was also invited, and of course, Cantor Sibo, who has shepherded her through this process. And she has also chosen the Hebrew name of Ruth, or Ruth, which is such a special and unique name because Ruth is someone who marries an Israelite, Boaz, and she follows her mother, Naomi, after Boaz's passing. And she says to Naomi, wherever you go, I will go. There's this loyalty that's attached to this name. There's this resilience, this rigor, this strength. And I wish you all of those things as you continue forward in your Jewish journey moving forward. And now Cantor and I would like to bestow the priestly benediction upon you. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God shine upon you and always be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Ashley, may God bless you and your family and your loved ones with the greatest gift of all, the gift of shalom, the gift of peace in a world and a home filled with peace.
Amen.
V'mazel tov.
Mazal tov.
Mazel tov.
We're about to prepare for the Michamocha. And it comes just before we transition into our personal prayers when we recite the Amidah. And we're not just meant to be grateful to be free and grateful that God freed us, but also to think about how hard things become when we have freedom and how much more responsibility we have with this freedom and what choices we make with this freedom. And it is still a precious gift, our freedom, and of course to be alive, which we can never, ever take for granted. So what will we, when we reach our Amidah, request of God, having just recited our gratitude for appreciation? How do our personal prayers for ourselves and our families and our communities look like, past and present? Please join me on page 40. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la. In 1982, Peter, Paul, and Mary wrote the song Light One Candle to commemorate the liberation fought by the Maccabees against the Seleucid Greek army against all odds. Today, in many ways, not much has changed. We are still few, but mighty. We remember that just as we light each candle on Chanukah, we also affect change in the world, one person, one deed at a time. And each step makes us more hopeful for everlasting peace.
Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle that the sacrifice, justice, and freedom demand. And light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out to last it for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out to last for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out to last for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died that we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, this is the promise, this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out to last for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out to last for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
We invite you to please rise for the Amidah, which can be found on page 46.
Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Sfatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yagid. Ufi Yagid Tehilateh. Ufi
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Manora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחייך כל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחייך הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל.
You may be seated. So much of our Chanukah music is so celebratory and celebrates strength. Al Hanisim, for all of the miracles. Bayamim hahem bazman hazeh, in those days and in our days today. Judaism has always created a beautiful and meaningful link between our past and what is certainly our present, our history, and our now, in order to bring light into our future. And in this moment, we can closely relate to the Maccabees' need to pursue religious expression and freedom and to banish hatred. And when we talk about Yamim Hahem, those days, and then our Zman Hazeh, this moment, we remember the miracles. And we remember miracles that come our way every single day. It is our job, it is our obligation to seek out those miracles and those moments and recognize them when they're here in front of us. And they do not always come in the form of magic like we see in films. They're much more nuanced and much more nourishing. They remind us that the mundane, the ordinary, actually has enormous amounts of extraordinary. Wouldn't you agree? I agree. Being together is extraordinary. I totally relate. So we embrace and we harness the strength and the courage of the generations before us and follow in their footsteps as we continue to create our own nisim, our own miracles in partnership with God.
Al hanisim v'al hapurkan v'al hagvurot v'al hatshuot. Al hanisim v'al hapurkan v'al hagvurot v'al hamilchamot she'asita lavoteinu bayamim hahem, bayamim hahem, bayamim hahem, bazman
הזה ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד לעולם ועד על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בימים ההם בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
May the words
May the words
of my mouth
of my mouth
and the meditations
and the meditations
of my heart
of my heart
be acceptable
acceptable
to you,
to you,
O God,
oh God,
my rock and my redeemer.
my rock and my redeemer.
May the words
May the words
of my mouth
of my mouth
and the
meditations
of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer.
Well, who likes Jewish history? It's the one time it's okay to lie to the rabbi. Okay, good, better, we'll work on that. Chanukah is such a loaded holiday. And what's amazing is we talk about the miracles, but I feel like we forget about the real miracle, which is really us. That's right, everybody in here. Excuse me, Cantor. Excuse me. Can you guys keep a secret? Anybody who said yes probably can't, but I appreciate that. Does anybody know what this is? It sure is $50 for the person who can say this in Hebrew. Okay. Beth Dairy president, can you just... Sorry. I guess they knew it. Sevivon. Good. Children are walking out of here rich. What do we do with this? What is this for? It's for what? Spin it, spin it, spin it. Yeah, we spin it. Good. What else can you tell me about this? Okay, it has some letters on it. Good. This is not just trivia for children, for the record, okay? I mean, I know we're all pretending it is, but it's not. Okay, it has Hebrew letters. Good. Very good. Some of you brought your own props. Well done. So you know what's really incredible about this? It actually tells us a story. Okay? And I'm happy to see some nodding heads. They're like, oh yeah, I remember that now. And so it has a few letters. Nun, Nes, Gimel, Gadol. We have a Hey, Haya. And this dreidel has a Shin, which $20 for this word. I really need to stop promising money. I don't know what I'm thinking. Sham, Sham. A great miracle happened. Now, the dreidels in Israel look a little different. They have one letter that's a little bit different. Pei, Yafeh. What is the pei? Po, here. Very good. What miracle happened there? So we talk about the oil and the light, and that's lovely. And there's more. There's much, 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 much more. How do we know about Hanukkah? It's not in our Torah. It's actually from a book called Maccabees 1 and 2. You do light candles? Nailed it. 100 on your Jewish exam. It's in the book of Maccabees 1 and 2. And what happened was, there was an Assyrian king who said, I don't want these Jews living here in Jerusalem. And so he sent his army to conquer the most important place in Jerusalem for the Jews. And what was that at the time? The Holy Temple. Phenomenal. Well done. You go to TLC. I'm very proud. Good job, Michelle Block. Right, the Holy Temple. Now, here was the problem. In 170, 180, around the time all the tension was starting with the Jews being in Jerusalem, there was only one temple, and it was in Jerusalem. It's not like now where you have your choice of, do I want to go here, do I want to go there, conservative, reform, constructionist, blah, blah, blah. No, there wasn't no such thing. There was one temple, and it was in Jerusalem. And it rubbed, sadly, many, many leaders the wrong way, that these Jews had this temple and that they had their own faith. They were so organized and they had very strict rules. So this Assyrian Antiochus sent his army and he said, get rid of these Jews. And moreover, I don't want them being Jewish anymore. No more Shabbat. Say goodbye to Shabbat. No more holidays. And what's worse is they desecrated the temple. No more holidays. Right? So they brought in big Greek structures and idols into the temple, which is something that we're just not used to and we don't have in Judaism. And this was so foreign and difficult. I love that you just said we wouldn't have Hanukkah anymore. You're right. Hanukkah was in the process of being made. You're so right. So smart. So we couldn't do our holidays. And not only that, our temple was desecrated. And I feel like these days, without saying anything, we kind of know what that feels like. We kind of are living on edge these days. There's a lot of parallels here. And so then in 168, before the Common Era, a very brave young person named Judah Maccabee gathered his group. He was a Hasmonean. That will be on the exam, so you need to learn how to spell Hasmonean. Got his bandit together and he said, we need to fight back. It was incredible. Think about how big the Greek army was. And this tiny guerrilla warfare group of individuals that were in the temple had to basically get rid of but a really big part of the army, the Greek army. And it was so scary for them. And against all odds, they won. Wow. So when we talk about Chanukah, the word Chanukah actually in Hebrew means rededication We rededicated our temple. We took it back, and we made it ours again. We changed it back to what it was. I will also say, in the class version of this sermon, it was actually a lot of a civil war as well. Jews weren't agreeing, shocking, and how to proceed forward was very difficult, but that's for another day. Nonetheless, they defeated, and this is how Hanukkah was established. It was this rededication to the temple. They won. They came together, Jews came together against all odds, put all of their differences aside, and managed to come together for one very important reason, and that is their religious and Jewish faith and their freedom. Now, if anybody's been watching the news lately, there's a lot of parallels, almost scary amount of parallels. And while thank God we have amazing security and support in many of our synagogues in our temple, but it doesn't mean that we can't rededicate our temple today. My friends, especially my friends in the front, who are going to be passing on Judaism to your kids one day, no pressure, you finish kindergarten, right? And when we rededicate, this idea of rededicating to our temple, this is our opportunity, grown-ups and children, to tell our kids why we belong here. Why are we part of this community? Why are we Jewish? Why did we give our kids the names they have? What symbolism does that have in your family, in our faith? If I say to you, what makes you a Jew? Do you know what you would say? This is our opportunity to dig deeply within ourselves and not only think about these things for ourselves and learn our answers and then disseminate them to our friends and our family members and, of course, our next generation. But when we invite people who are of other faiths to our house, we can say, this is what it means to be a Jew. This is what it means to be a faithful, practicing Jew. This is why it is such a gift to our community and to the world. We have so much to offer. And so on this Chanukah, I'd like to invite you and maybe even a little bit challenge you. For every night, every candle that you light, this Chanukiah, whoever you're lighting it with, share one thing that makes you feel proud to be Jewish. One thing. Share it with whomever you're with. And if you're alone that night, no problem. Call a friend. FaceTime, Zoom. Technology allows us to do that. I invite us all in this season, especially with everything that's happening in the world, to find ways to come together, put differences aside, re-strengthen our Judaism in a really meaningful way. And it's not going to look the same for anybody in here. And that is such a gift of being Jewish. Amen.
Clapping pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Not by might and not by power, by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power, by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. The children sing, the children dream, though their tears may fall, you can hear them call, and another song will rise, another song will rise, another song will rise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Not by might, not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by might, not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Children sing. The children sing. Children dream, though their tears may fall, you can hear them call, and another song will rise. Another song will rise. Another song will rise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not by might, not by might, not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. One more time. Not by might, not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power. Shalom.
I am so mixed up that I cannot tell you. I'm sitting in this blender turning brown. I've made friends with the onions and the flour, and the cook is scouting oil in the town. I sit here wondering what will come of me. I can't be eaten looking like I do. I need someone to take me out and cook me, or I'll really end up in a royal stew. Why? 'Cause I'm a latke. I'm a latke. I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke. I'm a latke. I am waiting for Chanukah to come. Every holiday has food so special. I'd like to get that same attention too. I do not want to spend life in this blender, wondering what I'm supposed to do. Matzah and charoset are for Pesach, chopped liver and challah for Shabbat. Blentzes on Shavuot are delicious, and with gefilte fish, no holidays without what? I am a latke. I'm a latke. I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke. I'm a latke. I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke. I'm a latke. I am waiting for Chanukah to come. I am a latke. Oh, my latke. I am waiting for Chanukah to come. All right, friends. It's that time. It's that time when we must sing the
Must?
most serious.
Must we? Must we?
I'm sorry, but we must.
But
We're
must
going to have to help Noah on this one. Are we ready, Noah?
no.
Let's do it.
Wrong holiday.
Not Dianu, but thank you. Good try.
I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, dreidel I shall play. That's a great idea. I think all of the children, after having eaten all that food, should spin around like dreidel. Around and around and around. Oh, there's more verses. What should I sing the other verses? Wood. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of wood. I don't know how to hammer nails, so it didn't come out very good. Dreidel, I made it out of wood. I don't know how to hammer nails. It didn't come out very good. Sort of like that verse. It just didn't. What? Plastic? I have a little dreidel. I made it out of plastic. I thought I might eat it like a latke, but that might be too drastic. Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. Made it out of plastic. I thought I might eat it like a latke, but that would be too drastic. Ha! One more. Wait, I heard onion. Oh. Glass. Glass. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of glass. I know what you are thinking, but I have too much class. Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. Made it out of glass. I know what you are thinking, but I have too much class. What's next?
And now, with all of this wonderful energy that we have in the room, we turn our thoughts to those who are in need of healing. And while the spirits are high and we still have laughter in our hearts, we harness that beautiful energy and we think of those who really need our prayers, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. On this Shabbat, we think about Adele Adler, Abigail Bendis, Barry Cott, Carol Deutsch, Jackson Curdy, John Goodman, Irving Bernard Hollander, Maddie Jefferson, Richard Moore, Edith and Levi Rubenstein, Walter Schwartz, and Bob Shippey. If you are thinking of anyone who is in need of healing at this time, I invite you to say their name aloud as my gaze meets yours. I invite you to please join us on page 253 for our prayer of healing, the Mishaberach.
Mishaberach avoteinu mikor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach imoteinu mikor habracha leavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch, a fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools, this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing to love, a holy thing to love what death has touched. At this time, we take to our hearts those who are no longer with us, but remain a memory in our minds and their spirit in our hearts. This week, we think especially of those who were laid to rest. Rabbi David Ellenson, Dr. Kenneth Gordon, and Francis Kemelhar. We think especially those who were laid to rest in the last 30 days. Suzanne G. Englander, Arlene S. Libman, Arthur D. Rosen, Timothy Andrew Merrick, Edward Broderick, Stephen Bilski, Herbert Ronald Chisling. And we think of those who we've lost in this season: Abraham P. Annan, Leopard Arnstein, Sunny Ruth Barron, Diane Bell, Ronald Bell, Myrtle M. Berger, Manly R. Bergen, Lottie Cohn, Ernestine Bloom Bergroot, Betty L. Ehrenberg, Phil Ehrenberg, Henry M. Field, Bernard Fields, Jess C. Fishman, Anna Fodor, Carl Forsheimer, Florence Frankel, Leon Gabinet, Jack M. Gladstone, Jerry Goldberg, Alice Goodman, Robert A. Gray, Dr. Edward J. Green, Stuart E. Gross, David C. Haber, Dr. Samuel Hantman, Adele Kane, Adeline Kane, Richard H. Kane, Harry C. Katz, Dr. Benjamin Kaufman, Florence Kendis, Carrie Koblitz-Cohn, Abram Koval, Jerome A. Levy, Louis Lippman, Hyman H. Mandelsveg, Marcelin Marks, Esther U. Mayer, Walter L. Mayer, Sam H. Meister, David S. Mendel, Natalie Ney, David Lee Paller, Perry K. Peskin, Louis Pilsdorf, Belle Ream, Frank Ream, Charles Ross, Jerome Sanford Rose, Beatrice Sands, Daniel Eric Schwartz, Jack M. Shepard, Florence Stern, Louis D. Stearns, Julian Stoyer, Nellie Stoyer, Edwin A. Strauss Sr., Louis K. Sugarman, Sanford A. Sugarman, Jeannie Talisman, Harold M. Thorman, and Mindel H. Ween. If I have mispronounced any of the name, or you are marking the loss of someone in the last 7 days, 30 days, or yard site, I invite you to say their name as my gaze meets yours. If you have lost someone in the last 7 days and are in a period of Shiva, I invite you to please rise as you are able. If you have lost someone in the last 30 days and are in a period of Shloshim, I invite you to please rise as you are able. If you've lost someone in the last year, I invite you to please rise. If you are marking a yard site at this time, I invite you to please rise as you are able. Now, as a caring community, I invite everybody to please rise as they are able and join me for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם ועלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May their memory be a source of a blessing for all of us. And together we say,
Amen.
you may be seated. Even in our moments of greatest sorrow, we take moments to also recognize the beautiful miracles that we have and acknowledge these moments and be in this exact moment in time. So there are two very small Shehechianu moments that were submitted ahead of time that I want to share with you. First of all, a Mazal Tov to Bonnie Chizik, who is celebrating her birthday this week. Mazal Tov,
Bonnie.
Where is she? She was here.
There she is.
Ah, there she
Happy
is.
birthday, Bonnie.
Mazal Tov. What number is it? Just kidding. Just kidding. You don't have to. Sure. And our very own Lily Boardman got into Skidmore early decision.
Wow.
We are so happy. Where is she?
Where's
there you
Lily?
are, Lily.
Mazel tov, Lily.
Have your
Wow.
clergy embarrassed you enough? Let's sing a song about Lily, shall we?
Lily's going to Skidmore, Skidmore, Skidmore. Oh, Lily's going to Skidmore. She's going to leave in the fall.
Yay! Please find a replacement babysitter for me, because, you know, I'm going to need another one. So thank you very much, and train that person. And thank you. And also,
Rabbi,
Cantor.
I know you want to join me on this.
I
want to
do.
thank Allison Shippey,
I do too, for
our Director
sure.
of Membership, for this amazing event tonight.
Allison Shippey.
Of course, I want to thank our musicians, Marshall Griffiths, Scott Spiro, Steve Gordon, Joshua Sebo, Noah Budin. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
And I think we're also going to invite Allison Shippey up, who is going to help us say a big Shehechianu for all of our new members who have joined us in the last year. We want to do a special blessing and invite our 4 tall people to help us hold the talit.
There are only 4 tall Jewish people
in the world.
and we have 3
All
of
of
them in
them.
this congregation. And we would like to invite the tall people to please come forward.
Thank you, tall people.
I know, it's amazing that of all the tall people of the, well, to us, you're very tall.
Well, you know, when
All
you're
right.
5'2".
Okay, we're going to open up this talit, and we're going to ask all of our new members to join us in the center aisle.
In the center over here.
Wait a second. Pup,
Hi.
come on over this way. There we go. Okay.
So funny meeting you here.
We might need an extra tall person.
Yeah, are there any other tall people?
Right here. Come on, Dave. There you go. All
What
right,
a
can we get our
blessing.
new members under
New
the
members,
talit?
join
Come
us
on.
under the talit. I'm going to tickle your bellies. We're going to welcome them in the middle like the parted sea of Moses and God. And we walk to our freedom there too. Okay, the sermon's over. Yeah. No.
Rabbi, should we join together in a Shehechianu moment?
Yes.
All right, we are so excited to have everyone here tonight, but we want to especially welcome our newest members to the temple.
Amen.
Let's join together as we sing Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה
How blessed we are all to be in such a wonderful community.
Thank you, newest members. Thank you, tallest Jewish people. We're gonna pass this talit forward. All right. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
And for our closing song, one of my personal favorites, Ma'oz Tzur.
Let's join together. Page
Page
365.
All right.
Ma'ozor Yeshuati lechana el lishabeach tikon beiti filati v'sham toda nisabeach le'etachin modbeach nitar hamlabeach hazet mor b'shir mizmor Chanukah hamizbeach hazet mor b'shir mizmor Chanukah hamizbeach.
Please join me for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lemaaser v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zeicher litziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta v'yotadu kiddashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'hava uvratzon hinachaltanu baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha-shabbat. Amen.
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 And now I'd like to invite all of our friends back up here to please help me with the blessing over the challah.
Okay. Blaze.
Okay, we're just gonna hold the plate. We're not gonna eat it yet. Can you face everybody out there? Everybody face that way. Wonderful.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
And now we're gonna gently share it and make sure everybody gets a piece. Try to make it as even as possible.
Oh my goodness.
What a blessing.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
On this Shabbat of Chanukah, I wish us all a truly peaceful Shabbat and a peaceful Chanukah and a peaceful world. Shabbat Shalom.
Sevivon sof 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 Chanukah Ruchato Chanukah Ruchato Sevivon sof 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 Chag Simcha Kula'av Nes Gadol Haya Hashav Nes Gadol Haya Hashav Chag Simcha Kula'av Sevivon sof 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 Chanukah Ruchato Chanukah Ruchato Sevivon sof 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 Chag Simcha Kula'av Nes Gadol Haya Hashav Nes Gadol Haya Hashav Chag Simcha
Sevivon sav 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 Chanukah uchato Chanukah uchato Sevivon sav 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 Chag Simcha u'la'am Nes Gadol Haya Hashem Nes Gadol Haya Hashem Chag Simcha u'la'am Sevivon sav 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 Chanukah uchato Chanukah uchato Sevivon sav